everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. She is leaving. Today we're talking about Kaminari Clara, who is a female Japanese-speaking VTuber associated with FaZe Connect. She started as part of FaZe Kaleido, the first generation of FaZe JP, with ISAU, Grand Pico, Kanagi Loki, and Kokoromo Memory, who recently graduated as well. She has been primarily English-speaking when it comes to her content, but yes, she did start out as FaZe JP. FaZe Connect is, of course, the agency that is also recently had this that happened with them. The important notice regarding what Jelly Hoshiyumi had done. And on the same day, pretty much before the day ended, well, at least over here in the West Coast, before the day ended, they had made a notice of Kaminari Clara having her graduation. So they had recently just gotten a lot of flack for this message, even from me. They'd gotten a lot of flack for this message for Jelly's situation, and now they have the notice regarding Kaminari Clara. Let me read it out to you. It says, "Thank you all for always supporting FaZe Connect. Kaminari Clara will graduate from FaZe Connect on the 28th of the end of the month, pretty much the 28th of February. She will be conducting her regular activities on both YouTube and Twitter. She will treasure the time spent walking alongside her fans. Clara's social media accounts will become inactive starting on the 1st of March, and the content on her channel will remain available for 30 days until the 31st of March. So if you guys are the type that wants to retain or archive the footage, make sure to archive it before the 31st of March. We would like to thank everyone for supporting Clara during her time at FaZe Connect, and we wish her the best in the future." Now, this was something that I responded to earlier, says this was honestly a bit of a shock. Hope she'll be okay after this, because, I mean, she did have her foot out the door, like one foot out the door, but you'd never expect these things to happen. Honestly, personally, on my opinion, I never expect them to happen right away the way that they did. Maybe when the whole situation with her and her IRLPL getting out and people doing all that, maybe during that time I expected it to happen. But also, she had not been streaming for about a month at this point. I think over a month. I think it was probably like late December, early January, last time she said anything. Or at least she posted anything on a live stream. It says, "My hearts and prayers to all the Omis out there who lost their Oshi today." That is the thing, of course, no matter how controversial someone is, there is a community that will support them and will be there for them because, you know, people make mistakes and things like that. And there is a community that will miss them. Now, her mistakes, if the IRL PL is true, are something that a lot of people will draw the line on. You guys may remember it was about the unaliving of a certain person that a lot of people did have a dislike for, but no one that is a logical human being would be celebrating the fact that someone got unalived for their beliefs. It says, "Also to remind everyone, they were completely and utterly silent when Kaminari Clara was openly celebrating this thing that's what I'm mentioning about the unaliving of this person here, and wishing more of unaliving upon anyone who's a part of the cult. Not a part of the cult. Yet they do this instantly to Jerry, which is Jelly. Sakana is a coward, and he hates FaZe fans, giving it all away to please the mentally ill freaks. You're pathetic." This was one of the big responses, the responses that a lot of people had. The issue that I had with the whole thing was the sentence that says, "We do not tolerate racism, hatred, or bigotry in our communities," which kind of threw Jelly under the bus, making people think that she was hatred, racist, or bigoted. And here we have Rima Evanstar saying, "Phew, what a day. Finally time to sleep," and FaZe Connect just announced Kaminari Clara's graduation. According to the notice, she'll graduate on 28th, and she will be concluding her regular activities. Clara also commented that this was a decision she made mid-November after contemplating it for a while, and she waited to avoid drawing attention away from her Genmate Memory's graduation last month. She said the date was only finalized earlier this week. Social media accounts and everything, mentioned there. Hearing this and the Jelly statement on the same day was shocking. Now it's got questioning FaZe's decisions. Wonder why she decided to remove all the content. Two graduations in FaZe Connect in a short amount of time. It's not hard to see parallels with VShojo, where the smoke is usually fire. Here's the thing. I can see that it may be due to FaZe Connect JP, which is the reason why Memory graduated. Memory, if you remember, graduated because there were issues with FaZe JP, not necessarily like she hated them or anything like that, but she felt it was hard to be a Japanese VTuber in a Western company. I believe she mentioned something like that, and it was because FaZe JP did not do the same amount of hard push for the promoting the VTubers that the EN side did. It was a management issue. It wasn't that they hated their VTubers either. They want all their VTubers to succeed, but this was an issue that did happen. And you have Azahara saying, hopefully this isn't FaZe caving to pressure once again, and it's a mutual thing, and this is Kaminari Clara's actual thing out here that she put out. Want to state that this is a decision I made mid-November and had been contemplating for a while before then. I didn't want to draw attention away from my Gen Mate Memories graduation last month, and we finalized the date earlier this week. Thank you. And she has closed it mainly to accounts that Clara follows or mention can reply, where Bonnie Barkstone replied, Clara, I'm wishing you the best. Laffy did replied as well, I really admire your content creator, Clara, I wish you the best. And let's go to, our FaZe Connect's actual subreddit, on Reddit. It says, well, holy S, people are responding, I don't like the roller coaster ride we're on. It's a very uncomfortable time. Sad but not surprising. She had one foot out the door nearly a year now. Imagine she was in the pipeline, but the recent drama tipped things over. Around September, October, around there, she kind of had her own break where she was just not streaming for months, and then she started streaming again in December for a couple of times, and then she stopped, streaming again around January. Clara said that this was months in advance. She didn't want to overlap graduations, but the timing is just effing insane. It absolutely is. It is crazy. I agree, it didn't mean to imply she's lying, but the timing is wild, especially with Asman covering the situation, exposing her private account, and the whole debacle from a while ago. Yes, the reason why I won't put the Asman Gold thing in there, because what he did was technically, it can be seen by many as doxing, it can be seen by many as putting out information that even she doesn't want out, like putting out people's real name, that type of thing, when it isn't tied to their actual account, can be risky. I don't want to put that out there, unless, it starts being seen that everyone knows about it and everyone starts putting it out there. That's when I'm kind of a little bit more comfortable putting things out there. That's why sometimes they do go out there on my channel. But if it's just like Asmongold or someone like that, putting it out where he might actually remove it eventually because, he might see that might not be good, I'll just leave it at Asmongold doing it. What happened? Jetty got publicly shamed, started a firestorm on Twitter, then Twitter data collectors reposted Clara's personal unclear Twitter account that was discovered last year. Linking her to some pretty bad comments, Asmongold covered it and showed 50k people live, and what's worse is the ride isn't over. She claims to have already decided to leave in November. If that's to be believed, the only way that affected anything was pushing up the date to her graduation, even if it did that. And people are saying she probably wanted to leave because there are websites and threads dedicated with her over 400 pages dating back to March of last year. People did not like Clara even before the even more public to PC drama. People are, in a sense, stalking her and definitely knew her politics and waited for her to make a mistake. Maybe that's a crazy take, but at least 400 pages, at least just on Clara, is insane. Not only get doxxed by normies. And what they're talking about is, I'm not going to show it here, but is things on places like Virtual Asylum and, the regular places like Kiwi Farms that have people that have been waiting for 400 pages. I've seen that one. I've read that one on the Virtual Asylum. And I do think that it is a little bit extreme what happens there. FaZe management paying for not having any big controversy for the longest time now, or what they had to do was let time pass, erase the post, pretend it didn't happen. Don't really know why they had to vague post an apology. Apparently this was planned months ago. Right here it says, I want to get off the Mr. Sakana's wild ride. This is not good news for FaZe GP in particular. First memory, now her. Afraid the domino effect is about to come because honestly, this would be bad for talent's morale, especially talents that have a loose mouth, and I love them for it. Will be especially affected. I fear of what's to come because of precedents it sets. Judging by Pippa's drunk stream tonight, I don't know. Doesn't seem like happy times at FaZe. S got dark there at the end. The VOD will probably be up until she gets around to deleting it through the hangover tomorrow. What did she say on stream? She said, I'd like to know too. A lot of people in the comments on the stream are saying the same thing about it getting deleted. And of course, you have a lot of people here. It says, Pippa wouldn't be happy knowing this. Very close to sounding like the fictional character. Agrees with me. You don't actually know her, Schizo. Basically, people are kind of trying to co-opt Pippa into the whole thing. Goodbye, Maxime Via. Bye, woman. When it rains, it effing course it'll pour. Graduation is inevitable. People are just, people aren't liking the things that are happening here. As you can see, 2026 doesn't look good. Not surprising after being doxxed and massively harassed by not a insignificant part of the FaZe community. And now, of course, you have Asmongold doing the doxing as well. I'm surprised she stayed as long as after she did. Hell, there were multiple people's supposed FaZe accounts digging up old IRL pictures of her and insulting them on Twitter. Enjoy Clara's stream. She was always entertaining and a great singer. Hope she's doing good, and she has a great future. And you have another one here of Clara deciding in November. What is it bad timing? Because it makes it look like she's tied to the jelly situation, which it supposedly isn't. Honestly, only an idiot would think this. Like, do you mother effers still not get that graduations are decided months in advance? Every single graduation, even the indie ones, are decided months in advance. You go through a lot of thoughts when it comes to any decisions like that, even as an indie. The jelly situation, in case they choose the worst possible timing. And if that's the case, they choose the worst possible timing imaginable, because now that's not what it looks like. I mean, they probably wanted to space it out, remember his graduation last week, but because of Jelly's thing, there will never be a good time now, which is unfortunate. True, it says here, but to go to post-graduation today, the previous post regarding Jelly is more ill-advised. Going to give them a break because this wasn't planned, but reinforces the opinion that should not have posted anything at all regarding Jelly and just let it finish. If it didn't, even if they didn't imagine the Jelly announcement would have blown up in their faces, which fair enough, they must have known it would ruffle at least some feathers. Doing that before the graduation announcement is an unfortunate decision. If it was done earlier this week, yeah, they could have waited a day or so before the Jelly thing. Still would have been ill-advised, but yeah, it just made it look like it was tied together. I've mentioned that itself. They make it look like it was tied together, which it wasn't. For what it's worth, I believe them. It seemed clear that Clara was going to graduate, seeing her lack of activity, and I believe the Jelly post was made with attempt to de-escalate, but still, is not a good look. And then, yeah, people are saying, flip through her VODs. Really see that it's been a long time coming. Her last collab was like 9 months back. There's a 3-month gap where she didn't stream at all. Yeah, she didn't stream 4 months ago. She streamed about a month ago. And then, you know, that type of thing. And followed by a handful of karaoke streams. I don't think I ever interacted with the newest invaders and newest gen. Remember when she got added, it was showing up in streams all the time with other talents. Might believe it if her stuff was saying, but since her content seems to be going away, it makes me think that was not a mutual parting. It makes me think, yeah, when they decide that they want their content gone, that makes you think that it's not such a good leaving. People here says 6 months too late. She deserved that, but you're only acting that way because Asmongold called you out. This will not make people trust you again. It's because like I said, Asmongold doxed her and did all that kind of stuff. In the actual name, they didn't like this account here isn't necessarily a doxing thing. But he doxed, I believe, her actual name, not just this account that everyone knows about. This is the account that everyone knows about by now, but people actually started looking for her face, and I believe the whole Asmongold thing was due to, you know, going a little too far, in my opinion. A lot of people calling out Kaminari Clara for celebrating and mocking Charlie Kirk's unaliving, which isn't good at all, but way too many people are glossing over which is worse. What she actually did was, because she didn't just celebrate it. She also actively wished for and encouraged her followers to commit more things like that. She openly called for more people to do more blanks like Charlie Kirk's. That's not free speech. That's incitement. It's a crime. And here is what she said. It could have happened to a more deserving person, but this level of political violence feels so dangerous. That's what someone regularly put out there. It says, no rights were ever without violence. Left in America needs to remember that the Second Amendment also applies to them for now. It was literally created for this exact reason. So that can be seen as incitement. That is something that I'm pretty sure she regrets. At least I would regret if I said anything like that. Continuing here, someone says another one. What the F is going on at FaZe? I'm just going to scroll down here so you guys can take a look at what's going on. People say, you know, Dark puts the towers would be one being Jelly, one being Kaminari Clara, and the Kaminari Clara just blowing up, and the Jelly one being on fire. None of these American politics nonsense are worth it. You got called Chud, you called woke. Most likely just end up react streamer content. The rich and powerful still have sent this ritual somewhere. Corporate got away again like nothing happened. Unless you need a W, doesn't take away from the massive L. Says back to having trains ran on you. Again, I don't agree with that type of sentiment. Cry used to be, oh wait, you deleted your whole effing account. And this is someone saying, you know, that they reported this thing. F all these people in here. Clara 1. Woke 1, F you Nazi mother effers, and then Clara, of course, had that thing happen. Near 6 months too late. Glad it took everyone to call you guys out for the biggest streamer making a video. They think it's tied to the Asmongold thing. It's impressive what an S-hole of a company FaZe Connect is when their fans actively celebrating your graduation because they doxed her, didn't like her opinion she shared on a real-life account. They then celebrated when a streamer read out her dox to 40k people. That was Asmongold again. Awful. And I don't believe reading the whole, you know, all of her information was a very prudent decision from Asmongold, just personally, because I made sure not to do that. I make sure not to do that. That is just a bad choice. It says Clara's whole career after one Asmo Gold stream. It says, oh no, not my Antifa VTuber. Despite what she's saying, the time fits almost too well. There might be more to this than what streams and known accounts are saying, and that we may never know. Stay away from the VTuber social media people. It's going to be a bloodbath. People are putting this out there. They're putting that out there. Failed ex-Gravier model supports blanking of political opponents. Jesus effing Christ. That's the Kaminari Clara one. You have here, I always knew she was Canadian. Here's his, I just woke up, bruh. Holy S, 2 nukes back to back. The seal being like, what the heck? Then you, of course, have the other things that have been mentioned here. Charlie Kirk Cabal strikes again. Here, this is the same day as a statement as with Jenny's Wild. So what's going on in Face Connect. And that's the main thing. It is 2 things that happened really close to each other. Makes it look really bad. Makes them look connected. They're not connected, but it makes it look connected. Either way, I wish the best for her moving forward, because I'm not one to wish ill will on somebody. I wish the best for her going forward. Hopefully, things change for her, and things change in a way that benefits her and her community. Nakiri Ayame, Tokoyami Towa, and Usada Pekora are all female VTubers within the big agency of Hololive JP. Pekora is part of Gen 3 Fantasy. You have Tokoyami Towa, who's part of Gen 4, and Nakiri Ayame, who is a part of the 2nd generation. Why am I talking about them at all? We're talking about them because Elysion is doing during pollen season, those VTubers gals are teaming up. Look forward to the info reveal on February 6th. This is Elysion JP, is an allergy-specific rhinitis medication, Elysion's official account. So they are pretty much a antihistamine type of company. And this is what they have here. I'm just seeing, no one has really said what it is originally, but I'm seeing it here because Ayame, just the way that she looks, you can kind of tell there with the mask and things like that. You can kind of tell the left is obviously Pekora, the right obviously it's Towa, just based on the silhouettes. Now, someone had fun. Right here, asking Grok, and this is another big part of it that I just wanted to show you guys. Grok got Tokoyami Towa correctly, and Usada Pekora, but at first it's a level start. This is like try again. Then it got Yuki Hanilami, which just try again. Then it got Ozora Subaru. Try again. Then it had Narissa Ravencroft. Redo it, and then it just keeps going and going and going and going. Redo it. Iris. It's going for every single one. Said it's Fauna, and then let's see what it keeps going. And it says Hyaki Ayame. Finally, the correct answer. It took it what? Like 5 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tries. 6 tries, and it finally got it correct. But Grok finally knows who the one in the middle is. Just giving you a little bit of an update on the whole thing that we were talking about before with Pekora, Towa, and Ayame. It says, starting tomorrow, February 7th, I'll be delivering collab music videos, live streams, and more together with Ayame and Towa-sama. Peko. Right after this, at 6 p.m., the music video will premiere on Pekora's YouTube channel. Come watch, everyone. Details here. Music video is here. And, of course, this is the full rundown of what they're going to be doing. Something on the 6th, the 27th, and they're just going to be doing this for, once again, the company that they're doing it for is a company that is more like an antihistamine, that type of situation. Sorry for the freaking, what do we call it? The flashbang there with the way things are. But this is the one that they have with the music video real quick. So they are all doing this here with them. Let's hear, I'm going to let you hear a little bit of it. And, you know, somewhere like in the middle around here. Let's listen a little bit in it. So let me just make sure everything's normal speed. Okay, it sounded really fast. I just need to make sure. So yeah, they made a song for a antihistamine or an allergy medication, which is hilarious in my opinion. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, and you got a sponsorship that's paying you good money to do this stuff. You're gonna do it. Hell, I would do that if I was paid for that. I'm not gonna lie. So big congratulations to them. Always Slightly Sleepy is a YouTube creator, is an ASMR artist. They do ASMR primarily. They do other things like that, and they have recently, as of earlier on the 4th of February, they did mention that their ASMR YouTube channel was hit. It was 300K plus that they had. They got hacked. My whole Google account has been stolen. I can't recover my email or any of the YouTube channels. Apparently now I'm live streaming this. Please help. Team YouTube, YouTube creators, Pope Leo, Jesus, and there you go here of Always Slightly Sleepy. It's always Michael Saylor. It's always Michael Saylor. It happened to Risu. It happened to, as I had mentioned before, Alicia X Death. Some VTubers were hit by that. Now it is a big YouTuber. A lot of these things, I can't say it's this one in this case, but a lot of these things do end up being session token hijacking. A session token being what it sounds like. It is a token that YouTube gives you to say, okay, you've already gone through your checks and your whole two-factor authentication. You are authenticated on our site. You can just open our site and you will automatically be logged in. Now, the way that they usually get you is that they send you a some kind of, whether in this case it might be an ASMR mic sponsorship or whatever, some kind of sponsorship, help, anything like that, and you open up the link, and the link will hijack your token. And that is how it happens a lot of times, especially when you don't do anything, like you don't have a password, you've changed your password, you have to two-factor authentication. It doesn't care about that. I've already said it before, it doesn't care about that. All that YouTube sees is that that token is being used, the token is active, token has the credentials correct, and they'll just let you through. Unfortunately, that's the way that they do it. It's the way that they make it simple so that when you can get on there, you don't have to log in every single time. They had retweeted these other ones that people, it took forever to get things back. Luckily, though, things did get back on the 5th. So thank you so much for everyone for helping me single boost my YouTube crisis. It made a difference between getting my channel back and not getting it back. Thank you as well, Team YouTube. They came through and helped out. And this is their channel. Now, it is fully there with all their stuff that they normally do. So that is good. A good thing came out, but it does suck that they got hacked in the first place. Gwen Kakwon is a member of a Japanese female VTuber who is a member of this agency here, Ayden Productions. And Ayden Production is through streaming videos and merchandise, delivering forums of gamers and creators. They have done, voice collections, things like that. And unfortunately, they have announced recently that they are closing their doors. And what I mean by closing their doors, let me read you the actual translated one, because for whatever reason, these things don't translate well sometimes. It says here, Ayden Productions activity termination announcement, February 4th, 2026. Thank you for continued support of Ayden Productions. We regret to announce that Ayden Production will be ceasing activities at the end of February due to expiration of contracts with our affiliated streamers. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to all streamers, staff, and viewers who have supported Ayden throughout the years. Please note that the streamers will continue their individual activities. We would appreciate your continued warm support for their future endeavors, so that they're going to stay as indies. Furthermore, our official website and various social media accounts, including X, formerly Twitter, will be gradually closed down. For future business inquiries and contacts, please contact each streamer directly using the contact form they provide. So yeah, just talk to the actual streamers themselves. With her reacting, with the first streamer that I mentioned, reacting that good morning, thanks for the reaction to my Agency Explosion tweet. The Agency Explosion tweet that they were talking about is this one here, saying, my agency is gone. The office completely blown up. PR from tomorrow, 2/6 and 2/29. All 5 episodes of the Valentine situational voice dramas will be on sale at vending machines nationwide. At some other vending machines, it seems like they'll be playing footage around with sound, so I'm looking forward to you. I saw reports. So apparently in Japan, here, they are doing it in a different way that I've seen it. They have vending machines where they're selling these, the Aiko vending machines where they're selling voice packs. I've never seen that before. I've literally never seen that before. So they are thinking of new ways to market things. They were smart in the ways of marketing things. But yes, the agency did implode. As you can see, like I mentioned here, it's sad for anybody to see their agencies implode. And another one of the affiliated members that you can see in the header of the agency up here, and the one on the right, Rikosa, it looks like it's Rikosa there, has also mentioned Rikosa Kuma, first affiliated USG Seed, somehow exploded out of nowhere, second affiliation Ayden, somehow disbanded in less than a year, office closed, lol. And this is them, crying about it, like basically, sad about it, because of course it's okay to be sad about this. Not my fault, so stop it, okay? It just disappears on its own, it's just like that. And people making, saying some fun stuff around there, just doing some fun things. And it says here, the day when recalled to Yoshikage Kira draws near. And yeah, they're taking it in stride the way that they, the best way that you can when it comes to these situations. You can't really blame the company for just stopping everything once their talents no longer want to, renew their contract. but it is very good that they, out of, with the way other agencies have been in the past, the way other agencies can be, the smaller agencies, they'll sometimes just take the IP, the intellectual property, and just leave it as their own. In this case, they were like, nope, we're going to let you have it. Probably part of the contract things. They're with them long enough that they're able to do that. Either way, good on them for doing that. Holostars is a branch of the Hololive Productions, which is under the parent company of Cover Corporation. They are the male generations, both JP and EN of Hololive Production, and Holostars Production in this case. NHK World Japan. NHK is the national broadcaster of, like the BBC, but this case of Japan. AJ Mello features Kanade Izuru, Yokoku Roboru, this is Global here, Minase Ryo, these are these people here, this is Roboru, this is Kanade Izuru, and this is Minase Ryo. They are all going to be on this TV program, J Mello, the Mr. Must-See Talk with May J as well, so be sure to tune in. February 15th, Sunday, and February 16th, Monday. For those of you who get NHK broadcast, will get this, or can find a way to get it, watch it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. The boys are going to be on TV. This is amazing for Hololive. This is amazing for the Holostars boys, who usually aren't pushed into these types of things, who usually don't get too much support in these types of things in the past, but they are still being supported by Hololive and Holostars, and still being pushed as much as they can. Big congratulations to them, though. ACS Life channel got hacked. Yes, I did make a video earlier today on my channel about that. Ah, Jesus. Salty. Don't know who she is. Oh my god, damn, what the hell? Immediately, the first moment I get to freaking stream and people are already throwing shit at me. Ah, it's expected. Aboose the squirrel, and freaking box him in. Because that makes me, get distracted. And then you have the cherry pies on top. It's quite literally the icing on the cake, the pie on top of that. The cream pies, or whatever you want to call them. They're all there. I've got cream pie in a box as always. And they are the leading tower of pies, apparently. Thank you guys for watching, as always. And, of course, take a look. And if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. All those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.